I visited 2 estate sales this week, one in my community and another in a town about 45 minutes north of me. Both were very, very fun. And I picked up some interesting, cool, unique things and, of course, some wonderful jewelry. If you're new here, welcome in. I'm Kimberly. This is Studio Kimberly, where I curate vintage, fine art, and collectibles. I'm so glad you stopped by. I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming thrift adventures. Both the estate sales were fun. I was there on the second day of both of them, I believe. I can't even remember now. I'm pretty sure it was the second day of both of them. And I found some really cool, unique things. Make sure that you stay tuned to the end and I'll do a full haul of everything I picked up from both estate sales. Most everything that you see today will be available in my online shop at ShopStudioKimberly.com, and I'll have that listed in the description box down below. And with that, let's go estate sale shopping. Today I'm heading out to a couple of estate sales in my area. I'm excited. I've looked at the pictures. Here's the thing that I need to think about when I'm going to estate sales in Central Florida. These 2 sales are in a retirement community, and often people come here to retire from up north. And when they leave up north, they sell all their stuff and they just get newer things down here. So it's often a little difficult to find more vintage or collectible items when you're entering a retirement estate sale because they've already been, let go of way up north. But these 2 sales looked like they might have some good stuff, which is why I'm going. Both of them, I believe, had some jewelry, and both of them appeared to have some interesting, arty, handcrafted, collectible item. With the estate sales in my area, the houses are smaller, so sometimes it can be a little hard to film in there, but I'll do the best I can. Most everything that I pick up today will be available in my online shop at StudioKimberly.com, and I'll have that listed in the description box down below. And with that, let's go see what we can find. So this is the second day for both of these sales, which usually means 25% off. I'm going to start off right away with the jewelry table. This was one of the reasons that I thought this looked interesting, because they did have some jewelry. So I'm going to go ahead and look through all of this. Most of this looks like costume, but there might be some good pieces that we can find here. So there's a few handbags, but I don't think anything really worth it. This one is marked at $45, but it doesn't even feel like leather to me. Probably is, and I just am not identifying it. And then this one is $15. It has a pretty little pattern on it. This is a cute little bag. I don't think it's leather, but isn't it adorable? It's just a small size, and it has this little flap that comes over. It's priced at $4. They have the patio furniture for sale, and you can see really pretty view out this window. A lot of time is spent in these sort of indoor-outdoor rooms. This one has a door right over there, and it's glassed in. Sometimes they're screened in. So this patio set, they have it marked at $2,000. And I'm wondering if it includes all the pieces. And then over here is a small table, entryway table, 25% off today, which everything is 25% off today, $112.50. That's nice. I think that's a pretty table. It's interesting. Oh, and look it has inlay here. Turquoise colored inlay. I think that's a pretty table. It's unique and it's kind of crafty looking. And the lamp It's in great condition. It's marked at $55. And then other decor items here. So being the second day, this is what didn't sell on day one, obviously. It's nice that you can get a discount off the price, but then of course you're not getting, the most desirable items, which I'm not so sure that the people in this area are looking for the same kind of thing I'm looking for. This is interesting. That's a giraffe. It's a little trinket dish. Ceramic, they have it marked at $5. I think this is a pretty dish. Little flower. I don't know that it's really valuable, but I do think it's a cute little glass piece. They have it marked at $3. So a full set of china. This is Noritake ivory china. And it's $225 for the set, and I would imagine it's 25% off that price. And then some clear glass. Oh, look back here, some Waterford decor items. It looks like we've got some Swarovski here. This is marked at $80. Those are two little puffins. Here's more Swarovski. Oh, this is a pretty one, isn't it? That's marked at $45. Oh, and look at that lion. Isn't he regal? And this looks like Fiesta ware, although I'm not seeing the mark. The coloration on this set is really pretty. I think that's a fun way to put together a dish set. And then kitchen items. Look, I like these. Aren't those interesting? Those look like they're handmade, but I'm sure they're production pieces. But I like the detail on the edging, and this is like a little hors d'oeuvre plate or small meal plate where you separate things out. I think those are really cute. Somebody's going to tell me those are sushi plates, and I wouldn't be surprised to hear that. They're $6 each. I really like those. Walking into the second estate sale. This one is probably 25% off today as well, but we'll find out when we get in. So this dining set is for sale, $350, but everything is 25% off. That's what she said just when I came in. So look at that's a beautiful ginger jar. I want $28 for it. Isn't that pretty? Look at the detail around the edging. That's a really pretty one. There are some interesting napkin holders. These would be easy to overlook. They were just back here in a little baggie, and they're all Christmas themed. Isn't that cute? I'm wondering if these are silver and they would polish up really nicely. So I'm going to hang on to these and take a look at them towards the end. I like these bookends. The lighting here is a little funny. They're wood with that pattern on them, and then they fold up. So it makes them really easy to work with. They have them marked at $14. I'm going to think about those. I think those are nice. They would be a nice decor piece. It's a nice little butter dish. They have it marked at $8. And then I thought these were cute too. They're kind of in rough condition, but I like that confetti idea. I think that makes a sweet little set. They really have some pretty glassware here. And look at this bowl with the details on it. I love that. So pretty. So it's a vintage clear glass bowl. So these are pewter flowers and they have it marked at 15. And then champagne or sherbet cups here. And then there's lots of little pieces of artwork. I haven't seen any originals yet. I've seen prints so far. That's Savannah. Isn't that sweet? Oh golly, I might have to pick that up. Somebody's gonna love that. That's really a sweet print. And then here's a whole collection of the Linux Christmas pattern. Isn't that pretty? So the large plates, $76 for 7 of them. And then the 8 pieces for the salad plates, $34. And then they have the different gravy boats. Wow, look at that. 2-piece set Linux gravy boat for $150. This is really sweet. This is an antique Japanese teacup and saucer. Isn't that beautiful? This is so delicate and light. And here's another one. I'm asking $9 for them. Just really pretty. They must have traveled to Japan. And then little sake cups. Oh, I think these are so sweet. So, oh, actually these are teacups. I thought they were sake cups. So the teapot and then the teacups for $15. Look at how pretty and soft that pattern is. It's gorgeous. Here's a hand-colored and signed print. It says Rothenberg by Heiner Krager, or Kramer, Heiner Kramer. Hand-colored, signed, and framed. Isn't that pretty? I guess that's a city. I'm not sure what country that's in. Does anyone know? This is a polished cast aluminum sculpture, boxed in glass. It's vintage Lisa Mon, and I don't know who that is. It's a neat piece. They're asking $30 for it. Are these dreamsicles? You guys are good at telling me which ones these are. I think they're dreamsicles. Let me know. This is a replica of the Mayflower. That's cool. They're asking $75. I think it's neat. Look at all the detail on that. That's a real piece of art right there. Look at this piece. Isn't that gorgeous? It's from the 1920s. Look at the carving on that. Oh, it's so pretty. That is a really pretty piece of furniture. They're asking $1,000. So today with the discount, I think that would be $750. I think they're discounting the furniture as well. Isn't that stunning? This is a cute little pewter dish. I like the little shells on the sides for handles. They're asking $12 for it. It's very vintage. It's signed on the bottom. And then there's some other cool items. That's a pewter pitcher for $15. Neat little collection. This is interesting. And then pewter 6 pieces. So are these little shot glasses or are these candle holders? I'm not sure. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a neat old spoon? This is a set of wood. Can you see that giraffe napkin holders? Those fun. Oh my gosh. Those are so fun. They're asking $6 for them. I just think those would be a hoot if you had friends over to use those. Very neat. Here's a cute little Christmas basket. Little reindeer. This would be fun. It's got a little bow on. Super fun thrifting this week. First thing I want to show you today, I'm just so tickled about because it's so fun and so unique. It's these giraffe napkin holders. Aren't those just the stinking cutest little things? I just love them. And while I have seen interesting napkin holders, and I have another set I'm going to show you that's really fun as well, I haven't seen giraffes like this. These are so fun. They're made of wood and you can see they're stained. Just really, really adorable. It is a set of 4. So this is perfect if you're going to use them for a little girls' luncheon in or just a small family get together. Everyone will crack up at the giraffe napkin holders. I also picked these up. Do you remember seeing these? I thought they were so unique, and that is usually what I'm looking for, is really unique, creative, interesting items. These are bookends, but look at, they're just so very easy to move and store because they actually just fold down. Isn't that neat? They're made of wood and they have that interesting pattern on the front. They're very, very old. There's still a sticker on it on the back, and I can't exactly read it right now, but I'm gonna leave the sticker there because that's a cool little vintage artifact. Bookends would fold up into absolutely nothing, and if you're not using them as bookends for the time being, you can just place them on any shelf and have it be a decorative element. I thought these were very clever, very interesting. I liked the illustration, and I think they have wonderful decorating potential. Do you remember these napkin holders that I picked up? These little silver ones, and they were tucked in a plastic container way on the back of a table underneath a whole bunch of stuff. Super, super easy to overlook, and look at it. They just don't look like anything at all, but I had a feeling about them, and by golly, it turned out to be right. Look at this. This is one of them cleaned up. Isn't that just adorable? These are Christmas themed, and I cleaned the front, but I didn't clean the back because I wanted you to see what it looked like before it was cleaned. These are silver plated, and they're all in a Christmas theme. So let's see, there's a Christmas tree right here, a reindeer. Isn't he cute? I love these. I love these so much. And then there are 2 stars, a cute little snowflake, another cute little snowflake, and another reindeer with horns. There's 7 in the set altogether. It looks like the Christmas tree is the one that there was a second that's no longer there. I'm gonna go ahead and put these up in the shop, but I don't know if I'm gonna clean them up because that's so satisfying if you pick them up to be able to clean them up. It's just so very fun. So set of silver plated napkin rings. And one of the things I wanted to just point out is if you're just starting thrifting, garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores, it's looking for those little hard to find items that are tucked away that sometimes you can find the best treasures. I have found so many cool things on the very bottom shelf of a thrift store or underneath a whole bunch of stuff like this at an estate sale that it's really worth it to take the few minutes to check what's really in that bucket or what's really on that low shelf. On to the second estate sale. At least I think I'm remembering this correctly. It's so hard to remember sometimes what came from what sale, but I think I'm on track. The first thing I picked up was just this little flower frog. And the reason I picked it up, well, there's 2 reasons actually. I love the color turquoise. And this is such a beautiful soft blue turquoise color. I almost always pick up a turquoise piece if it's quality, if it's good craftsmanship, if it's good design, just because I love the color so much. So the first reason was this color, and of course, being a flower frog, this is beautiful to put it on a tabletop with just one or two blooms and a little bit of greenery. It's just lovely. The second reason is this is handmade. So there's an artist signature on the bottom, and I have such love for handmade pieces, particularly because we don't do it much anymore. I hope we get back to handcrafting. So I loved this little flower frog for the color, for the handmade quality, and the ability to use this insert and create some beautiful floral arrangements. I have one more home decor item to show you from this second estate sale, and then I have some really cool jewelry, so make sure you stay tuned for that. The last decor item I picked up was this brass basket. Isn't that nice? This is all brass. It's very light. It's not super heavy, so that's nice. I love these little brass containers. They're so versatile. You can use them in decor settings all over your house. Having the basket means you can actually put things in it. And I think this particular basket would look adorable with one of those little 4-inch pots with some ivy in it. Super, super cute. I'm not gonna shine this one up. I'm gonna leave it as is. Whoever picks this one up, you can choose to leave the patina or go ahead and shine it up a little bit more. On to the jewelry from that second estate sale, and there was an entire table. And now that I'm remembering, that estate sale was the first day. So the jewelry had not been, picked over yet, and I really kind of got first dibs on it. I think I was pretty much the first person there to look at it. There was a lot of jewelry. There were a few good pieces. And what I do when I get to an estate sale or a yard sale where there's lots and lots of jewelry is I'll grab a little container. For instance, at this estate sale, I went in the kitchen, I grabbed a plastic Tupperware container, and I'll just fill that up with anything that I think has potential. Then I'll take it somewhere in the garage sale where I have good light, and I'll go very slowly through every piece, looking for marks, looking for condition, looking for identifying factors of whether it's vintage or not, and I'll sort, and I'll just keep the ones that I think are really, really special and go ahead and put everything else back. And that's what I did at this estate sale. I had a big plastic container filled with jewelry. I took it into the kitchen near a window where I had good light, and I went through everything. I ended up selecting 4 pieces that I thought were really special, and this first one is so cool. Look at this. This is 4 feet of gorgeous natural stones on a necklace. I couldn't believe how beautiful this was. This is everything from jasper to amethyst to glass beads and everything in between. It has gold toned small beading in between each of them, and this is absolutely gorgeous. When you feel it, oh my gosh, you can just feel the quality. And here's the interesting thing. People don't realize how good these are. They can kind of fly under the radar, but this is absolutely a stunning, stunning necklace. This right here, doubled up, this is 24 inches, so the whole thing is 4 feet in total. It has a couple of areas where you might consider it sort of the bottom. These 2 larger stones could be that, but I think you could wear it in any way. So this one is super easy to double, and the stones feel so nice and cool against your neck. It's just gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? I just love this necklace so much. Another neat thing that you can do is you could actually double it up, put it around your neck, and then put a pin there and use it like that. So you have the beautiful necklace doubled up with the pin as an additional element to the necklace. So this is a natural stone and glass bead necklace, 4 feet long. I absolutely fell in love with it. Next up is this vintage Monet collar necklace. Isn't that beautiful? This is a really wonderful piece. And pieces like this, you can see why Monet is such a popular costume jewelry line. And gosh, I don't know what year they were founded, but I sold Monet when I was a teenager working at Mervyn's decades ago. So they've definitely been around a long time. This particular piece is in excellent condition. It's almost new. And here it is on. I know it might be hard to see against the cream colored sweater. It is gold toned with cream colored or off-white enamel. I'm not sure of the year of this piece. I'll try to look it up and have it in the listing over on the website. Has a fold over clasp. It's in excellent condition and it's timeless. This is something that you can wear forever. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. It's just such a beautiful, versatile piece. So Monet, kind of choker necklace. Isn't that pretty? The next piece is really unique because of the type of amethyst this is. This is the icy amethyst that it's almost a clear color. The quality of these stones is just so very beautiful because of that color. This is another vintage piece. I'm not sure of the year. It does have a spring ring clasp on it, and it looks like it's hardly been worn. So the amethyst parts are 3 strand. Right here, you can see that 3 strands. And then they have a separator in the middle of the strands. And oh my gosh, it is really so very pretty and the condition is excellent. So here it is on. Isn't that beautiful? This type of amethyst is so interesting because it's almost icy looking. It's that super light, almost clear with just a little shade of purple in it. Really, really pretty. Again, I love this one. And the last piece I picked up was just so very lovely. I just needed to bring it home. It is this porcelain pin. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the detail on that. It's in excellent condition. And I just thought it was so very pretty. It's vintage based on the clasp. It has one of those C-ring clasp. Let me go ahead and put it on. This would look lovely on a sweater like I have on today, or on a jacket, or pinned to a scarf. Really, really pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? I just thought it was delicate and beautifully crafted, and I love the colorway. It's soft. Just a really, really pretty brooch. This is the kind of jewelry that people will comment when you wear it because it's so unique and so different. So here's the back, and again, here's the front, and you can see what beautiful condition it's in. Well, those are the finds I picked up this week at 2 different estate sales in 2 different neighborhoods. I had so much fun thrifting for all these wonderful items. I hope you had fun watching. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you'll come back and join me on my coming thrift adventures. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Studio Kimberly, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.